Hello, everyone. Very good evening to all of you. I hope everyone is doing great. What a lovely market today, huh? For trader, it was the absolutely cracker. Someone who has been doing trading, intraday trading, or very impactful trading today would have been a great market for him. But I hope you guys are keeping well. Your health is okay, and you are taking care of yourself. Now, today again, Wednesday evening, we are going to spend 1 hour talking about anything and everything which may be of relevance to you. I I would love to answer a lot of your queries. The format of this discussion is always that we talk about one specific thing, one concept for 15 minutes, and then we start taking your queries. So if you allow me, I can continue with the same format. I can still see questions coming in. Hello everyone, thank you, Mr. Yoganathan, Mr. Subham. Thank you so much for connecting with me. So you are connected with me in StockEdge YouTube channel. StockEdge YouTube channel is meant for everything related to StockEdge and the knowledge content which we are sharing in the StockEdge platform. So I'm very happy that I'm amidst all of you and talking about the market, talking about which uh, which analysis would actually suit you and could be relevant for you. Okay, thank you, Amit Bhai. Thank you so much for your kind for your kind wishes. Okay, so first 15 minutes, let me just talk about few things which I want to discuss with all of you, and then we will start taking the questions after 15 minutes. I know a lot of you are curious to know about certain stocks. We will discuss stocks as well. We will try to see uh, if we are able to find out right answer for your right queries with respect to stocks. बट सबसे पहले अपने चलते हैं और स्टॉकेज का एक कॉन्सेप्ट पे अपने डिस्कस करते हैं, नॉट नेसेसरी स्टॉकेज, एक कॉन्सेप्ट पे अपने डिस्कशन करते हैं जो कि मैं बहुत रिलीजियसली फॉलो करता हूँ. और मैंने एक वेबिनार बनाया था. आई मेड अ वेबिनार कपल ऑफ मंथ्स अगो वेयर आई टॉक्ड अबाउट सेक्टर रोटेशन. And I strongly believe that all of us, as a part time market participant, I also call myself a part time market participant because I'm not in front of the market whole day. And that's by choice, that's not by compulsion, because I've done that whole day sitting in front of the screen and getting bothered about the market. But now I'm more of a passive market participant, but I'm making probably more money than I used to be when I was there right in front of the screen. So I'm going to talk about this very, very important strategy called the sector rotation, which I would always advise you guys to look at. Okay. Now let me share a screen with you. Okay, this is a screen which I want to share with all of you. This is right here in front of me. Okay. I hope you guys are able to see the screen, the Stockage platform. Can I get a round of confirmation that you guys are able to see the screen? Uh, I'm still waiting for the confirmation. So can you guys give me a confirmation that you are able to see the screen? Yes. Okay. Okay. The confirmation takes some time to reach, so that's fine. I can see all of you have confirmed. Uh, so one interesting thought which I want to park in your mind, and you still have to do more research on it. Okay. So I'm just parking few thoughts in your mind so that the mind gets activated. Now you know that I'm using Stockage and TradingView for my analysis. Stockage is for my end of the day analysis, post dinner analysis, and TradingView is for my full day real time analysis. Now what I've done is, for the purpose of sector rotation, I have picked the sectors which are relevant for me to analyze. Okay, and I can pick the sector using Stockage. So if you go to indices, you will get a list of all the indices which are listed in the exchanges. So it could be NSE exchange or it could be BSE exchanges. So these are all the indices listed, not necessarily traded. Traded indices are only limited. NSE, you have Nifty which is traded, Bank Nifty which is traded, and recently exchange also launched Bank Nifty Financial Services. Nifty Financial Services, I think that has not been yet live, but that's an interesting indices as well which has been traded. But these are the indices which are listed. And it is very important for us to look at these indices and do technical on these indices to come out with a flow understanding of the flow of fund from one sector to the other sector. Okay, so I did this. I keep on tracking these movements, like in for the last 3 months, which sector is actually moving better than the benchmark index. So if you look at BSC, so Sensex is the benchmark index, and you look at the sectors, then BankX has given better performance, PSUs have become better, CPSC has given better performance, IT has given lesser performance. I actually don't look at BSC, I look at NSE because Nifty is the one which is more traded. So it's always good to compare any index with the most traded index in the market. So if you see, Nifty has gone up by 21.3% in last 3 months, and Nifty IT has gone up by 21.6. Nifty Pharma has underperformed by 9.2%. Nifty PSU banks have outperformed by 40.5. Nifty PSC has outperformed by 27.9. So any index which has outperformed the benchmark index is the index which is always on the bullish territory. And any index which has underperformed the benchmark index, that index will be in the bearish territory. And that is the most important, I would say, presumption you should carry in the market. See, what is market? Every time I come and tell you one thing, that for us as individual investors, our role should be find out the strong operator and the weak operator. हर बार मैं आता हूं तो एक ही बात कहता हूं कि स्ट्रॉन्ग ऑपरेटर और वीक ऑपरेटर, इसका मतलब कौन सा सेक्टर, कौन सा स्टॉक स्ट्रॉन्ग ऑपरेटर के हाथ में है, कौन सा सेक्टर, कौन सा स्टॉक वीक ऑपरेटर के हाथ में. दिस होल क्लासिफिकेशन हैज टू बी अंडरस्टूड very very clearly. Okay, and a sector research gives you a clarity on what kind of sector a strong operator is betting on, and what kind of a sector a weaker operator is betting on, or a strong operator is betting out of the weaker sectors. So this is through StockEdge I come to know about these sectors. तो अगर आप डेली बेसिस पे देखोगे ना एटलीस्ट कि क्या हो रहा है किस सेक्टर के अंदर में, so your mind will start reading these things that, oh, this sector has underperformed today, oh, this sector has overperformed today. And these buttons, 1 day, 1 week, 3 months, 6 months, these are fantastic buttons which gives you a quick understanding of, oh, what happened this week, oh, what happened this month. So your mind starts getting mapped to these sector performances. Okay, secondly, what I did is I go to TradingView. So this is my TradingView screen, and I've created multiple watch lists in TradingView. I use TradingView quite well. I think I'll be one of their pretty exhaustive users because पैसा दिया है तो बस use करने का है. Not like other people की subscribe कर दिया but use ही नहीं करते हैं. But I really like TradingView, the way they're evolving, the kind of work they are doing, and I aspire StockEdge also continues to do as good work as TradingView is doing. So if you have these two combinations, see, I'm not an agent of TradingView. I don't get a single money by promoting it. Trading, for that matter, I don't promote anyone. But I strongly believe that TradingView is one tool which you guys cannot miss if you are serious market participants. So what I did is I went to a sector and I added all the major sectors here. So how do you add sectors? You can create your own list. So you can create a list, like you can just name your list, sector list. Okay, I'll show you one very interesting hack which I developed to how to put lot of stocks inside TradingView. Very interesting hack which I got to know, and I'll share that with you. So this is the watch list I've created, sector list, and I need to just find out the sectors which I want to track. So I don't track sectors whose business model I don't understand. If I have to track any sector, I will try to understand a bit about that sector and the business model. Say Nifty IT is the one which I want to track, so I will search Nifty IT. Okay, so Nifty IT is here, so I will add Nifty IT here. ऐसे करके I will keep on adding all the sector indices in this, so that my list of the sector is made properly. So let me go back to that list. So this is my sector list, okay, which I am tracking on a daily basis. Okay, in fact, sectors I track on a real-time basis also. but I don't trade looking at the real-time movement in sectors. I rely a lot on the end of the day sector confirmation before I start getting into that sector and start taking positions there. Okay. So, okay, I was talking about a hack which I developed. So, I made a watch list of NSE 500 stocks. Okay. And a lot of you would probably like to know that, sir, how do you add 500 stocks together? It's not going to be easy, right? Because adding one stock at a time, it's actually so difficult to add. So I saw that in TradingView, they allow you to add stocks in bulk by adding comma. Okay. So if you add any stock and if you add comma with the stock, that will get added in that watch list in bulk. Okay. So all I need to do is get the list of all the stocks which I want to add in a common watch list and add a comma with each and every stock and copy paste it. Okay, let me show you how I'll do it. So let's go to NSE. Let's find out the list of NSE stocks. So let's go to NSE India. Nifty 500 stock list. Let's search for it. Okay, so this is the NSE web page. Okay, so you see, I have come to that web page of NSE India. Here you see download list of NSE 500 stocks. Are you able to see this? Download list of Nifty 500 stocks. Okay, let's click there and let me download this file. Okay, so it's a CSV file. Okay, so if I click here, okay, if I click here, see what you see? This is a list of NSE 500 stocks right in front of you. Okay, the name of the company, the industry it belongs to, and the symbol. Okay, all right, and the symbol. Okay, so what I intend to do is I intend to add comma with after each and every symbol. Okay, one way you could do that is by say inserting a comma cell. Okay, this is a hack which I developed, and you copy all the comma here and then use a formula. Uh, this sorry and this. Oh, sorry, I forgot the formula. Uh, Sorry, I forgot the formula. How come I forgot the formula? Yeah. What's the formula? So there is an Excel formula which allows you to add this and this. Anyways, figure out that later. If you add these two, this comma will get added in this particular symbol, and then you copy this with the comma and go to Trading View and just paste it here. So all the stocks will come in your watch list right in front of you. This is how I did it. I'm unable to, kind of figure out the exact Excel formula which I used, but it's pretty straightforward to add more stocks. Okay, let's move out of it now. Let's go to sector list. Okay, so sector. Yeah. So what I do is this is the template which I have made for myself. In this template, I have added Nifty movement and stock or index movement along with RS of Nifty. You all know that I practice RS. I've added 55 period RS here. Then this is a line chart and I've added RSI here. Okay. And this is a 2 hourly chart. Sorry, this is a 2 hourly chart. I've just changed it. Okay. This is a 2 hourly chart which is there. Why 2 hourly chart? Because I've told this in multiple forums that it is very difficult for an operator to play with a 2 hourly chart. It's relatively easier for an operator to play with a 15-minute chart or a half an hour chart, but 2 घंटे का chart को generally operator play नहीं कर सकता है. So that's why I use 2 hourly chart for the purpose of identifying short-term trend into the market. So look at this in this sector called Nifty Reality. Okay, look at this. Nifty Reality, RS is above zero since when? It has been above zero since November. And since then, I have been talking about real estate stocks, that why they should be a very good stocks to buy. So since November, RS has been zero. The sector gave a breakout in this zone when the price was trading around this zone, so which was around 238. The index was at 238. Today the index is 318, right? So once you know that the sector is in the strong hand, then you should have watch list of each and every sector. So I have this sector watch list called real estate. Where is the real estate watch list? Okay. And I have added all the stocks which are part of that particular index. Okay. And I keep on tracking on a daily basis. This is what I do. I keep on seeing which stock is still strong because it is a strong sector. So I will always have to buy the strong stock. So which stock is still strong, and I will find reasons to buy that stock. And the reason could be stock is consolidating at a range and ready for a breakout, or stock has come down, it has retraced and ready at a demand zone. Very simple thought. And this is the reason why Sobha, Century Tex, yeah, Godrej Properties, look at these stocks. They have been consistently outperforming the market. Why? Because the sector is outperforming, and stocks at every price point is giving a breakout and giving a new reason to buy the stock. Now, fundamentally, Godrej Property may look very expensive, but from a demand supply perspective, this stock has a tremendous demand because the sector is outperforming the index, the stock is outperforming the index, and every new breakout point it is trying to make a new high. This should be a logic. Now the question is that when do we enter? Oh yeah, I can see the formula by Tarun. Tarun has helped me with the formula. Let's see. Okay, well, I'm feeling so embarrassed that I don't remember that formula. Okay, this and this. Yo, thank you, Tarun. Thank you. I just forgot. I'm feeling so embarrassed. Thank you, Tarun, for this. See, all the stocks formula has been added where stock symbol is there with the comma. Okay. Now you copy this. Now you copy this, and suppose we have to make another watch list. So create a new list. Let me create a new list of Nifty only. That's not because Nifty 500 I already have. So let me just remove that. Nifty 50. Okay. So download list of Nifty 50 stocks. Let me download it. I hope you are finding this discussion relevant. So I have this habit of doing some random discussions and random learning sessions. So I hope this is adding value, some value to you guys. If it is adding value, just give me a thumbs up, press a like, so that I know that you guys are enjoying this new learning. And thank you, Tarun, for saving me from this embarrassment. Okay, so this is it. So all these stocks are here with the comma. Now I copy this, Control C. I go to Trading View, and let me just create a new list of Nifty 50. This is a new list. Now I paste everything here. So see, the comma was added because I wanted to. The comma was added because I wanted to add comma between two symbols. That's what TradingView needs. And now enter. See, all the stocks are here. Cool hack, no? It's a cool hack. So next time, if you want to add many stocks in TradingView watch list, this is how you can do it. Maybe we'll try to do similar kind of a work in StockEdge, but this is how you can add it. Okay, so let's go back to the sector research which I was doing. Okay, let's go back to sector. So we were tracking real estate sector. Okay, yeah. So I cleared this point that go for a sector research, see whether a sector is performing or not. Look out for stocks which are outperforming that particular sector, and then you ride. When the price comes down, you get into the price because it is still showing the strength. When the price keeps on going up, you can get into the price. But the bigger question is, which we will try to answer today is, for example, say stock like Naukri. Now, what do we do with that stock? See, I recorded a video where I talked about 5 stocks which you should consider for your long-term portfolio. Okay. and Naukri was one of the stocks which I mentioned, and it was meant to be for a long-term portfolio. It went up. Okay, I mean it's a coincidence that it went up and today it went down. It will keep on happening like this. But the point was it should be part of a long-term portfolio. Now, what do you do with this kind of a stock when RS is above zero? That means it is outperforming the market hands on, and the price is showing clear uptrend. Okay, it is making higher highs and higher lows, and it's a stock which is expensive, but you still want to own this stock. What do you do? Okay, I suggest the best way to look at these stocks is you can't afford to not to own them, because these stocks are expensive and will remain expensive because these are theme stocks and a theme which can play for a longer time frame. We can't look at these businesses for a 3 year, 4 year time frame. These are probably for 25 years, 30 years time frame. You don't know what these businesses can become. So you have to own a bit of theme stocks like these. How do you own them? My humble submission is look at these broader technicals, okay, broader trend, retracement points, and start investing small amount. Maybe if you're looking to invest a lakh of rupee in Naukri, don't put a lakh of rupee today. Put 20,000 today. Maybe when the price comes down further, invest another 20,000. If the price comes down further, invest another 20,000. In this way, A, you will not miss the bus of not investing in this stock. And B, if suppose the price comes down, you will be under lesser pressure of underperformance, because if price comes down, you always try to blame yourself that why did I bought it at a high level. So my humble submission to all of you is that that you plan out your purchase of any stock if you are purchasing, and similar thing what you should do is plan out your sale in the stock also. If the stock goes up by 10%, liquidate 10% or 15% of investment. If it goes up by another 10%, liquidate another 10-15%. By this way, you are continuously booking profit or continuously buying at a lower level. Maybe possibly you will not get the full rally of that stock. Like if you would have done this when Naukri started its rally, you would have not hold on to the stock at such a high level, but you would have made decent money by identifying these theme stocks. So for a retail investor, it's very difficult to time it exact when to buy and exact when to sell. I will always recommend a graded purchase and graded sell of any other stock. Okay. So this is one input which I wanted to give you. Now I will take some questions from all of you. Now let us take some questions. Mr. Sanjay is saying English की चूल पूरी कराने के प्लेटफॉर्म. I don't understand क्या बोल रहे हो आप. छोड़ देते हैं आपको. Okay, ITC long term target for at least 5 years. Should we invest at current price? So let's see that. Okay, let's analyze ITC together. Okay, now as a theme, do you believe in ITC as a business? Do you believe in that story? First of all, every stock has a story. Okay, you have to figure out what that story is. So ITC as a story is a conglomerate which has a lot of value inside the company because it is hosting multiple businesses. Apart from its core business of cigarette or tobacco, it also has business interest in FMCG, in hotel, in agriculture. So there are a lot of potential growing businesses embedded inside a small company. So value unlocking can happen in future. When will that happen? No one knows. But there is a potential of value unlocking. Secondly, it belongs to a wise sector. Always remember, politics and economics, they work hand in hand. And in fact, business also work hand in hand. If you see, whenever there is a category of political party into governance, there is a particular sector which doesn't perform, and vice versa in case of another particular. I'm not trying to get into political parties here, but if you see, wise stocks has not performed over a period of last 6 to 7 years the way they should have performed because of obvious reasons. Now, cigarette or any kind of wise activity is something which has huge future potential because all of us believe that people will continue to consume wise, right? And cigarette is something which will not go out of fashion. Maybe different form of cigarette will evolve, and ITC will also evolve as an organization. But is that a sustainable growing model? When will the value unlocking will happen? These are certain question marks which is keeping this stock at a lower level of the price band. So if you see FMCG, PE band of all these sectors, let us do that. Let us go to sector. Let us go to sector and let us go to fast moving. Let us go to FMCG. So when I go to FMCG in sectors, I go to fast moving, and these are the stocks which come here. If I do the PE calculation, so you see Hindustan Liver is trading at a PE of 82, Dabur 63, Godrej 50, Kolpal 49, PNG 65, Gillette 73, Imami 58. If you see all these companies, where is ITC by the way? Hmm. Uh, where is ITC? Oh, it's part of the cigarette basket. Okay. So I need to take the entire FMCG sector then. What I did was only a specific, which was the household and the personal product, but ITC is classified as a tobacco giant. So that's why we have to look at the entire FMCG sector. So ITC is trading at a PE of 19, whereas all the other FMCG giants, they are trading at a PE of higher side of 70 and 80. That means ITC is cheaper stock. Okay, so valuation wise, it's sasta. Value unlocking is possible in future because of hidden value of the businesses. Okay, and growth perspective, if there is a growth seen in other FMCG companies, then obviously ITC will also grow if its FMCG basket does well. So fundamentally, ITC is not a bad bet. It's not one of the best bet, but it is not a bad bet to take. Okay. Now the question is, so when do I, how much I invest, how do I invest? See, if you see ITC is outperforming the market now, so it is definitely a bullish stock. Can you see it is outperforming the market? In fact, I can show you in StockEdge. You go to ITC, you go to technicals, and you plot 1 month and 3 month. Sorry, you plot 1 week and 3 month. You see ITC in short term it has started underperforming, but over a period of last 3 months, ITC has kind of performed equivalent to Nifty over a period of 3 months. And if you see over a period of 1 month, or 1 month, because in short term it has started underperforming, so kind of it has performed equivalent to the market. And from an RS perspective, it is almost at a zero. That means it is almost equivalently performing to the market. So that means it's a performer of the market. It is not underperformer of the market overall for a period of last 3 months. So the way I will plan ITC investment is, I will identify a small demand zone here, and I can clearly see a demand zone at around 200 levels. Okay, which is psychological and important level, and good benchmarking. And I will invest only 20% of my capital at 200 levels. I will not be in a hurry, friends. Friends, we have to build on to our portfolio. We are not doing a short-term quick trading. Short-term quick trading can only happen with a small stop loss and take profit. But in this kind of a scenario, when you are taking a bet on a theme, on a business, which can have long-term repercussion on your long-term portfolio, I would suggest buying 20% here makes sense, and then identify another demand zone. So buy another 20% at around say 185, 190 makes sense. This is how you build onto your portfolio so that your average cost comes to around 180, 185. Now, after a few months, suppose ITC stays at those levels at 170, 160, 65, and it doesn't move. Market moving, ITC doesn't move. That means this RS will start going down. It will become negative. If RS will become negative, that means this stock is underperforming the market. Whenever a stock is underperforming the market, quit. At least the short-term momentum is clearly suggesting that the stock should be quit, and only invest when the stock starts showing positive momentum in the market. So right now ITC RS is zero. That means it is performing as per the market. I will invest, but not 100%. I will invest 20%. If market comes down, ITC comes down, I will invest another 20%. If market comes down further, ITC comes down, I'll invest another 20%. But If market goes up and ITC stays there, or if market stays where and ITC comes down, that means it is underperforming the market. I will exit my position and I'll only enter when the stock starts outperforming the market again. This is my theory. This is how I've been working in markets for so many years. And trust me, it has worked really well for me. If you can understand this, if you can adopt this, you will have a much more peaceful market, especially in this kind of a market which has happened today, when your nerves will be get tested, when you will become extremely fearful of what is happening in the market. These are the times when you are so peaceful that I am holding on to my strong bet and I am going to quit my negative bet or my weaker stocks so that I'll continue enjoying that lovely sleep in the night. That only happens once you have built that conviction in this theory of relative strength in the market. Okay. Okay, Sri Krishna was saying, what's the short term view on Reliance? Now, let's go to Reliance. What has happened to Reliance? So, in my video, which I recorded in my personal channel, I talked about 5 stocks which you have to own for your long term portfolio, something which you want to gift it to your kids, and they should consider this to be jewel for you. I said that it should be for a long term holding, and I still believe that Reliance is a stock which should be hold on for a longer period of time. But in short term, look at this stock. This stock has been underperformer since October. And every time the stock goes up, someone is ready with a supply of this stock. Look at this stock. Is this a rocket science? This stock is not a rocket science. Clearly, this stock is an underperformer. The beauty of this concept, which I have been promoting to all of you and I've been communicating so vocally everywhere, that a relative strength or a relative performance of a stock is something which is so natural exit and entry for you. Once Reliance gets into the negative territory as an underperformer in the market, you are out for a short-term perspective. Again, I'm making you a alert statement that for a short term, it's definitely in a negative territory. But for a long term, I am very happy because I get a chance to accumulate the stock at a lower level. But do I buy my complete portfolio today? No. I am buying. Yes, I am buying. When the price comes to 1840, I will buy 20%. When the price comes to this level, 1700, I will deploy 20%. When a price comes to 1600, I will deploy. See, these demand zones are so clearly visible in Reliance. Extremely clearly visible in Reliance. But I am not fool that I will invest my total money in Reliance today when I know that the stock is in a negative territory on a short-term basis. So please understand this difference between short-term momentum and long-term portfolio. Short-term momentum has to be seen from a relative strength perspective over a shorter time frame, and long-term portfolio is more business, more value, more theme inside that business. And if the theme is getting played, you remain invested. If the theme is not getting played, you exit that stock. All right. Okay, Somik is asking this question. My one question, how much profit your traders generate, and is it possible to be part of a team? I mean, can I work for your company? Please reply. Well, Shomik, I will share my email ID with you. Maybe you can ask that email ID, this question on that email ID. I'll definitely reply to your question there. Okay. Aditya is asking, does Tata Motor has good future? Should I hold it for next 5 years? Aditya, your question is fine. There's nothing problem with the question. But once, if you want to make a judgment on any stock from a 5-year perspective, you really need to understand their business. And more than their existing business, you really need to understand what kind of vision the current management has for the company for coming 5 years. Okay. And that understanding takes a fair bit of deeper understanding of the sector, how the sector is evolving, a deeper understanding of the management strength, capabilities, and the vision, and also obviously what kind of balance sheet size the company is carrying. I'm very sorry. I have not done that homework on Tata Motors yet, so I will not be able to tell you from a fundamental perspective is it a good stock or not. But from a technical perspective, which I strongly believe that I don't believe in the theory of buy and hold. I keep on rechecking my portfolio and see whether this stock is a good or not. Tata Motor, look at this. It's outperforming the market. Okay. It has recovered from the bad times when since the level of 60, 70, since when the Tata Sons were also buying this stock, and it is outperforming the market. So purely from the price movement perspective, I will hold on to the stock till the stock is showing me weakness. And how do I decide the weakness and the strength? By looking at the outperformance or the underperformance with the market index. It's a very simple theory which I suggest, and it is the most relevant theory which all of you can practice. Trust me, इतना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड बना रखे हैं सब कुछ मार्केट के अंदर में कि कई बार आप लोगों को डर लगता होगा कि यार ये चल क्या रहा है. बट आई एम टेलिंग यू दैट if you just follow one or two signs which you can comprehend well. For example, relative strength is something which I've understood very well. And then if you can follow some specific tools which are providing you that data support of relative strength, you are definitely more empowered to understand this whole science behind the market. Okay, Sai Krishna is saying, can you tell few penny stocks below 10 rupee for 10 years for multi-bagger? No, I don't think so. I'll be answer that. I can answer that question. I'm not capable to answer that question. Sir, today US 10-year government yield crossed 1. This could put a break. How? Please explain. Thank you, Parth, for asking this question. Now, if you compare US 10-year yield with the equity market movement, you can clearly see there is a very strong correlationship. When the yield comes down, equity markets go up. Why? Because when the yield comes down, that means there's a lot of money in the system, because of which the interest rates are coming down, or because interest rates are going down, money in the system is getting generated. Where is that money going? That money eventually going to risky assets. For example, equity. For example, Bitcoin. For example, commodities. Till interest rates is low, which I have already explained in my video in my personal YouTube channel also. Till interest rates are low, global assets will keep on seeing massive inflow. So your Bitcoin will keep on going up, your commodities will keep on going up. I think commodity cycles have just begun, and equity will keep on going up. But you see what has happened today. Interest rate, which is the US 10-year GSEC yield, has just crossed 1% since March 2020. Now, this gives an indication that probably market is sensing that the supply of money in the system will get checked after the US presidential elective will take the chair. Now, if that happens, somewhere there will be kind of check in the massive growth of asset prices globally. So Bitcoin probably will stop somewhere, commodities will probably see some correction, and equity, which has gone beyond proportion, beyond anyone's imagination. And there has been a dichotomy of earning versus valuation. Probably some correction can be seen, which should match the expectation of the valuation. Okay, could happen, may not happen. Maybe today it going above 1% could be one of the event. Maybe tomorrow again it can come down, or it can stay at 1% for some time. 1% is not such an alarming number. But the fact that it is on the upward trend, and if the trend continues, then there is a matter of scale that equity market boom, which we have seen in last 7 months, that can see some check. I'm not saying market will go down like crazy, which I still don't believe. I have also recorded a video in my personal YouTube channel that 11,500 to 12,000 is a decent base for the market, considering the earning growth which we expect in India in future now. But I still believe that market can take some rest for some time at these zones before starting the new process. Okay, so don't look at the market, don't look at the Nifty. I think sector specific study and stock specific idea generation is more relevant in this kind of a market scenario than trying to predict what the Nifty will do. Okay, what is the view on Alok Industries, Vivek? I have 100 shares at price of 41. Now I'm in loss of 50%. What do I do? Hold or sell? Oh, Alok. Huh. So you see this kind of a stock where look at the movement of the stock. I mean, from a price discovery perspective, as someone who has been in market for a long period of time, we serious market participant they don't enjoy these kind of stocks. Look at the price movement; it's so erratic. Looks like someone is manipulating the stock. Very honest, it looks like to me. And I will never put a single rupee of my hard-earned money in this kind of a stock until I know I have some insider information about this stock. People were talking about Reliance behind Alok and why they will be catalyst to the recovery of this company. But it's more of a fundamental call, Shubham. It's more of a fundamental call. Technically, you can hold on because the price is right now around 20, 22, 23. You entered at 40, which was very, very high price. And it was, I think, it was quite a long time ago. So this price, see, this stock is has been an underperformer, and it is just trying to create a new base for itself. So if you have already invested and if you can hold on to your nerve, then this is a good support zone. Every time this zone is coming, someone is buying and taking prices higher. So I would suggest wait till 20, and if it crosses 20, you may sell if you need money, or you can continue holding on to it. It's not a big share. 100 shares you are holding, तो 4,200 रुपए का माल आप ले रखे हैं, तो छोड़ दीजिए इसको, क्या कर सकते हैं. If business recovers fundamentally, if there is any recovery in this stock, you can get the money back. Otherwise, technically these are all stocks people like me hate to trade on. Swastik is saying, why don't traders show 1 year profit and loss? I have no idea. I have no answer to these questions. I just know what I am and what I am trying to do in my life, and I'm happy with my life. I don't care who wants to show what. Let people show crores, let people show billions, let people show only penny. I don't care. So let's not talk about these things, please. Okay, Triloki is asking what to do with SBI share and PC Jewelers. Well, SBI, as I said, it's a story which is worth looking at from a long-term perspective. I think SBI again, it's a good growth come value story, which was one of my stock idea for long-term wealth. So I think again, I mean, if you have it, you hold on, and this stock has tremendous potential. People don't like PSU banks because of genuine reasons, because PSU banks have their own baggages. But I'm okay with SBI. I've been building on this stock in my portfolio since long time, and I will continue to hold on to it. It can fall. See, try to understand. I am a very happy person if my stock goes down, because if my stock goes down and it still perform the market, I am very happy. That makes me so feel good. Today I was very happy because a lot of my stocks were going down, but not as much as market was going down. So they were actually outperforming the market. So I got an opportunity to see if I could have bought today. Today I have not bought anything, but definitely I am ready with my shopping bag with those stocks who have tendency of outperforming the market. So State Bank, I think, is one of those stocks which has tendency of outperforming the market. Look at this. It is clearly evident that this stock is not in a hurry to correct. So yes, if you have nerves, you can hold on to it. If you want to buy, as I said, always buy in clusters. So 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%. By doing that, you will have a much better peaceful sleep. एक बार में पैसा डालने में रिस्क बहुत है, तो I think as far as individual investor perspective, one should avoid doing that. Okay, Richwood is asking, what do you think about cryptocurrencies? I have no idea. There are some things which you actually don't know. And if I tell you that I know about everything, that then I'm actually the most unknown person in this world, because this lovely creation, this universe, has given us so many things that we can't claim that we know everything. तो क्रिप्टो मेरे को नहीं समझ में आता, because crypto I believe is not backed with assets. But one interesting thing which I read day before yesterday was digital yuan. Now that I understood, because somewhere central bank was trying to print digital currency backing certain assets as part of their balance sheet. वो मेरे को समझ में आता है, but crypto, which is more democratic currency, I don't understand the form of currency when there is no asset behind that currency. So that's my ignorance. Pardon me for that. I try to understand, but somehow I'm pretty ignorant on that, so I will not be able to reply to this. Okay, Jani is asking Page Industries and Tata Consumer. चलिए अभी देख लेते हैं. And then we will take Sagar का CDSL. Page Industries. So a stock has been outperforming since long time now. Look at this movement. I don't understand, why do people make it so complicated when RS system is so simple. I mean, it is always there to help you to figure out stocks which can give you a decent breakout, and you continue to hold on to those stocks. I'm sure we have a lot of RS warriors also who are part of this session today. Uh, make some noise, RS warriors. I'm proud to be RS warrior as well, and all of you guys. I'm sure you're finding benefit in this. But look at Page. It's a classic RS story. RS positive. The stock has been maintaining a RS positive and always given a breakout from its previous high. Same story. So you have to continue holding on to this particular stock. Okay. Okay, Simply is asking about DLF. चलिए DLF को देख लेते हैं. So remember, real estate is positive. It is outperforming the market, and real estate, we all know the theme also behind it. अब उस माइंड से अगर हम लोग देखें, oh, I remember this DLF, I did this analysis, और ये breakout आया था, तो I did participate in this, right? So see, it's going, it's outperforming the market. The sector is outperforming the market. The stock is on a positive territory. My base here is getting built, so I will take delivery of this stock. Yes, I will. Do I take 100% delivery? No. What I do, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, and I hold on to this stock till RS is not negative. The moment RS is negative or the sector is negative, I'm out of this stock. Do you understand this model? A very simple model I'm trying to promote to everyone, and you don't need me for that. You already know these things. All you need to do is practice properly. Vineet is saying, kindly suggest the best options trading practical course. Oh, I will any day suggest fantastic course by Chetan Bhai. He is phenomenal. He's so practical. He's lovely teacher. There are a lot of people who has learned under him. So I would suggest this NSC certified online option strategy program by Chetan Panchamiya, which is hosted in our platform. इस कोर्स को करो, बहुत knowledge मिलेगा, और Chetan Bhai has been awesome. Look at the rating which people has given to him, and he's actually genuinely good, and he believes in giving the right education to people. Okay, this is the question which I'm getting. There is one question on CDSL which I take before I take this one. So let's go to CDSL. Okay, so अब ये देखो, ये classic stock है. इसका theme, I know the theme. It's if India is investing and there's so many investors who are coming into the market, so DP is going to be the one basic necessity of all these investors. And the way broking business has grown in India and will grow in future, DP is something which everyone will need. And it's literally a duopoly where NSDL is there and CDSL is there. And NSDL is not as efficient as CDSL. So it's a great story. From a long-term value creation perspective, until unless SEBI decides to give more DP license, but only limited DP licenses are given in the market. So you see, it's a great story. But the problem with this stock is it is underperforming right now. Okay, this stock has to show strength, and that will only come once this stock gives a breakout. So although I'm also holding this stock in my long-term portfolio, no, I sold this stock. I'm not holding it right now, but I want to hold this stock. So I'm waiting for this breakout at 550-ish, okay, or this stock to come down to this level around 485 and outperform the market. My necessity is that a stock which will outperform the market will excite me. नहीं तो मेरे को नहीं करना उसमें काम. Mr. Sushant Dua is saying Hull investing time. I don't understand what is he trying to do. So I will have to probably block him. Yeah. Okay. So okay. Shubham is saying, what is the view on IDBI Bank? Vivek, I have 500 shares at the price of 47. Now I am in loss. What should I do? Okay. So let's go to IDBI. See the problem with this stock. So you guys, are you getting what I'm trying to say? See this. The stock is trading below 0 RS. अगर ये मार्केट को अंडर परफॉर्म करेगा तो ये आपको पैसा कैसे देगा? नहीं दे सकता है स्टॉक आपको पैसा until there is some value in the business which you are trying to trace. Do you know any fundamental value which this IDBI Bank has? And do you want to trace this fundamental value? I have no idea. I don't know. I have not studied IDBI fundamentally. But if you were me, I would have sold this stock once it comes slightly up, or I would sold it now. Start selling it 20%. Yeah. Subham, it's very difficult to time it. Trust me. जितने बड़े बड़े लोग कुछ भी बोलते हैं यार, हमारे लिए पॉसिबल नहीं है इसको टाइम करना. 20% बेचो, थोड़ा और ऊपर जाए, 20% बेचो, थोड़ा और ऊपर जाए, 20% बेचो, और इस स्टॉक से निकलो बिकॉज ये नहीं परफॉर्म कर रहा है. इट्स एन अंडर परफॉर्मर इन द मार्केट. You can re-enter if the stock starts outperforming. The cost of re-entering will be far lesser than the cost of staying in this stock and not using that money to invest in some other relevant stock. You're getting my point? Okay, Saurabh is asking a very important question. Should I do FRM before going for an MBA? I want to get into IB as a career. I'm an engineer. कर सकते हो, but I would suggest straight away go to an MBA, do from a premium institute like I am, and try to get into the best schools. Adding qualification doesn't add too much of chance to your placement, but an MBA from say IIM, any of the IIMs or top 3, top 4 IIMs would do wonder to your career. Bunty is asking which one do you prefer, PE or ROCE? I'll prefer both. Because a company with a very good ROCE will always be available at a higher P most of the time. Okay, so you can't say either or. You have to look at both these because both together will give you a reflection of the kind of business the company is doing. View on Bajaj Finance. Bajaj Finance was good at a lower price. I also did some work there. See, these are all stocks which are, these are good stocks, good businesses which will build a new India. And, and the latest news which has come where RBI is now scrutinizing the other lending platforms which are not doing things the right way. Maybe Bajaj Finance will also face the heat for some time. But, this stock is an outperformer clearly. And for a long term, I would like to build the portfolio, but this has gone up very fast and very high. So this has to correct. So I will probably invest 20% of my capital, 20% of my allocated capital for Bajaj Finance here, because this is a decent demand zone. This is around 4,800-ish. Okay. So you can invest 20% here. If it goes down further, invest another 20%. till the underperformance doesn't start. If the stock starts underperforming the market, then you better exit this stock. Even if at a loss, there is no harm in exiting a underperforming stock. Sir, face value, does it matter in valuation? No, face value does not matter in valuation, because face value is nothing but a value of a paper, which is 10 rupees or 1 rupee or 100 rupees. So it doesn't have any reflection in the valuation. Okay, Chirag is asking about Taj GVK. Taj GVK. So if you see again similar kind of a chart where this stock is very thinly traded, uh, and there are bigger people who are trying to do a lot of things with this stock. For a retail investor, these stocks are not healthy stocks, because your blood pressure will keep on going up and down with these kind of stocks until as you know the fundamental reason of buying this stock. Unfortunately, I don't know the fundamental, except the fact that, of course, they are into airports and they have other business interests. But technically, it's very difficult to make a view on this stock. But yeah, fundamentally, we can do our study here. But fundamental will take some time before we actually make a judgment on this stock. Let me see how many mutual funds are holding this stock. Oh, interesting. So, oh, but the small amount here. SDFC is holding only 25 crores. So, institutions are not holding this stock, which is a negative sign as per me. Promoters are holding almost 75%. And in public also, DII are holding only 10% stake. So that's the reason why the stock is behaving so erratically, because the free float in the market is very less. So if the business is doing good and the free float in the market is less, that actually leads to prices going up. What is the business doing? Such a poor return on equity. So much of capital they have, but the return generation is so poor. And look at the performance, look at the profitability, etc. So sales of the company of last 5 years have not grown as they would have expected, and the PAT is doing good, but ROE is very bad. It's not the kind of company which you should invest in this market scenario where there are hyper growing companies available. So I don't think so. You would like to invest in this company. Okay, I can see a lot of people asking questions on. So let me just let me answer Akash. My query is related to StockEdge app of one of your technical analysis scan future Y and option chain. It any correlation to define the price target on monthly expiry? Oh, no. So we don't. No. So it is not possible to come out with a price target on monthly expiry. It's a very difficult thing to come out with the one single price target based on the open interest data, or based on, if I've understood your question correctly. But if you are you can connect with me again with your question in a much better manner. My email ID is vivek@stockage.com, so you can connect with me and let me see if I can reply to your question offline, one to one. Okay, how to add RS indicator in trading view? So yes, RS indicator in trading view is, so if you click indicator and search for relative strength. So you will see one relative strength public library indicator by Mr. Modilius. You can add this as part of the RS indicator. Okay. And in case you want to learn about this RS and everything, just go to Elon Markets and search for me, Vivek Bajaj. You will get the link of the webinar on RS, which I did. And I strongly believe that you should attend that webinar. And also, I'm doing another webinar next Saturday, where I'm going to also talk about RS and delivery and open interest, and how you can create your own golden model to trade the market or to invest in the market very effectively. So I would suggest you can also look at joining my webinar, which is going to happen on next Saturday, where I'll anyways cover RS once again for a better clarity for everyone. So to join the webinar, you have to go to webinar, and you will be able to locate a webinar by me, which is scheduled for next Saturday. Here it is. This is webinar. On 16th of January, I'm taking a webinar. Go for it. See how RS works. I'm going to discuss everything which I know about market and how I've created my edge on market using both StockEdge and TradingView. All right, so guys, 1 hour is something which I promised I'll take from you. I'm not going to bother you further because this is 1 hour. I try to give you as much I can with respect to market, with respect of stock. See, I can only tell you that the idea is to give you that power which you can use on your own. The idea is not to make you dependent on me. I'm not a YouTuber. My role is not to keep you asking to come back, and I keep on making money by pushing other products. I'm owner of a product. I'm owner of a proprietary desk. My role is to give you as much right knowledge as possible so that you don't need us and you become empowered and do things on your own. StockEdge is definitely there to help you at every journey. There's StockEdge, there is StockEdge Club. Whatever possible we can do for you in empowering you to live that independent lifestyle of financial market professional, we are trying our best. I hope you're liking it. I'll see you again next Wednesday and try to answer as many questions as possible. My email ID is vivek@stockis.com. In case you want to connect with me, know more about me, and in case you want some kind of a personal guidance from me, feel free to connect with me. All right. Thank you, everyone. Good night. Take care of the markets. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.